Hello, fabulous people. This is the Together podcast, and this is the place where Cherise and I come together to help you get it together for your everyday business life. So we hope you enjoy.
Well, hey, everybody. If we are live, we have taken a 2-week break because I take 2 weeks off in the month of July to kind of, do the family reunion stuff, vacation stuff, and now I'm back. And it does feel like I came back ready for the fall. And so I'm excited. I actually don't know how I'm going to fit everything in. So I'm going to have to take another weekend. Because I took 2 weeks off. Part of that was the family reunion.
Yeah.
And then just kind of chilling and sleeping because I was real tired going to the family reunion and coming back. But I need to take another week and just go away and really come up with my plans for the fall and really lay out the plan for everything that I need to get executed. So I really got to operate in to do it now, do it better later. Because in my head, I was going to do all of these things this year, and it was going to have my conference that I do in December be really huge. And so now that it's here and I hadn't done all the things that I thought I was going to do. I still have I had to have come to Jesus with myself of, okay, it's not going to be as big as you thought it was going to be, but you still can execute now and get things done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so what are you going to do? And what does that need to look like? So I'm really excited about doing that and putting that plan together. Let's see. I've been listening to a lot of Gary V. And I just love his authenticity with that. And so I'm so excited. And I hadn't read his books. I didn't even know he had books until today. So I ordered 2 of his books. And so I'll be really kind of digging in on him and coming up with, I'm going to say, a better social media plan, because I knew social media needed to be done, but I don't know if I really had a plan. So I'm really trying to come up with a plan that's consistently executable. So that's where I am. Where are you on your event and ticket sales and everything?
Yes.
And how was your 4th of July?
4th of July, blur. It was a blur. But it was restful. I didn't do a lot. Because I've been really in think and create mode, and just get things in order mode. Because like you said, you just got to do things, got to do it, get it done, but in the best order possible so it can look different. Because I got to get out of that winging it phase, and I committed to that this year. So
say that. Oh my God. I just feel like you just stepped on a piece of my soul on that one. Got to get out of the winging it phase.
I know. And we're so good at it. We're good at it. But I was just telling my friend, it doesn't work anymore. It just it's not working anymore. So you got to get out. You got to have the system set up. So, and we already have systems, Natalie. It's just that, because we've probably been operating in that one-woman show, the systems haven't been benefiting us as they could have. So we are doing really well in our planning for the summit. I thought I had 2 locations locked down and neither one of them worked. So we're kind of starting that over now, which gave me a different vision, and I'm fine with that. So other than that, we're doing real well. We haven't started ticket sales yet, but we are, we do have the strategy and everything. So I feel good about it. I'm not going to let it stress me out. I'm going to allow it to, do what it does with proper planning. But I can't let it stress me out because I want to process as I'm going through, because I want to continue to do it.
Yeah. I think we need to talk about that tonight. Did you have a particular topic?
I didn't, because I just
right. Just
I didn't.
Yeah. So because I happen to be talking to a couple of clients, and me included, and we're going through some things that are hard. And I want to talk to people about getting to the level of, you understand that it's going to be hard, or you understand that there's hard work, but you don't get stressed out about it. And so it's a I don't know. I almost when I think about it, I kind of want to think about how a farmer farms. Like they know what they got to do. They know they have to till the land and break up the ground, and then they know they have to plant the seed. Then they know they have to water the seed, and then they know that there will come a harvest. And so there's when I think of my parents or other or like older people I know who always consistently plant gardens, there's never a like, oh, I'm so worried that that the okra isn't gonna come to, there's just not that. It's just we're doing what we got to do to get the harvest we got to get. And so I want to talk to people tonight about working without stressing and even sweating without stressing, because there are going to be times where there will be, and you shouldn't have too many of these anymore, but there are definitely going to be nights where you are burning the midnight oil, like something just has to be done by this deadline, and you're going to have to stay up all night long. Like it just it's going to happen. I'm going to say probably, depending on how many big things you're doing, I'm gonna say probably if you're doing one big thing a quarter, then you may have like one all-nighter a quarter, or and I'd really prefer you handle that in like a weekend where you just gotta lock yourself in and lock it down as opposed to like staying up all night. But for a while, it may be like that, or at the very least, you staying up late and waking up early just to kind of get it done. But I still want you to get into a place of you understand that this is what business is. This is what producing is. This is what producing on that next level is. I don't think I'm articulating myself well, but there's a place where almost this is another example of what I see in my head when I think about it. Like, y'all seen those war movies where the new soldier gets, lands in the war zone, and every little thing he's ducking and dodging, and he's so stressed. But the soldier that's been there 5 years, stuff is blowing up, and he walking around like it is what it is. Like, I'm still here, you still here. Put your hat on your head, and we gotta keep doing it. And it's like there's a maturity that goes with kind of knowing and doing the work, where now you're doing it without stressing. With that, where it is, and so let me get more real with you guys. It's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make payroll today. Right. As opposed to, oh my God, I'm gonna like cry and hide under the bed and do all of the things that I would have did the first. It's okay. All right, what do I have to do? What do I need to move around? What do we need to do? Because I know the irons that I have in the fire. I know that the things that I'm working on and the seeds that I've sown. And so working basically on what I'm doing, I'll probably have a harvest in 3 or 4 months or 2 or 3 months, knowing the cycle for your business and what you're doing. And so, okay, we're here right now. We got to lean into this and lean into that, but it's going to be okay. Like with that. So what's coming up for you as I kind of talk about that kind of solidness and just I think I just want to call it maturing in business and being solid and not so shakeable about everything that happened.
Because you've been there and done that. If you haven't, you've witnessed it and you felt it through clients, like for instance, you're in therapy, I've been in the beauty industry. So you deal with a lot of people's pains and situations and, just personally. So if you haven't experienced it, you've seen it, you've seen someone else go through it. And, just at this age and space in life, you have to make a choice. And I have to choose. I have to choose a space of peace and clarity so that I can think and create instead of a space of panic and overwhelm.
Girls. Oh my gosh, I love you because you're saying what I'm trying to say so much more eloquently.
No, you said it. You said it perfect. And then, I put the icing on the cake. But that's the thing. We know now that panicking is not going to get you anywhere.
Right.
Fear is not going to get you anywhere. But I'll ask you this, and I'll add this, Natalie. How did you get there? You know, and I'll go ahead and answer from my perspective. I got there, you know, for one, going through it and then realizing, okay, when I realized like, okay, the panic doesn't get me anywhere. And just being a business owner and being a leader, it's like, you can't let the people see you sweat. Yeah. I got to keep these doors open. I got to make sure no matter what level of stress that I am under, that these people who come in here, their stress levels don't feel mine. And that's a different level of business, you know, because a lot of people don't deal with people one-on-one, you know, and deal with their personal issues and their anxiety and depressions and things like that. And, you know, the what's next, literally you are dealing with sometimes life or death, literally, you know what I mean? And you're here to handhold people through certain decisions, you know, that could change everything. So in that type of position, you know, with that type of mandate on your life, you learn quickly to take responsibility and ownership for your position. You know, like you have to quickly remember who you are, you know, and what your position is. And there's no room for panic. There's no room for all the extra. Right now, in this moment, I got to handle this business for these people. Now, when you close the door and they walk out, it's on you how you handle it, you know, mentally, physically. It might be that now is my time to break down and lay on the couch. Right. However you choose. But, you know, you have, as things are crumbling and breaking down, you also must hold them up.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. So I think you asked for my steps and how did I get here? I think time. I think time got me here to where I'm like, okay, we just can't keep doing this. Like this part of it, the emotion, like just time out for all of that. And so I will say the practical things is one, realizing that business will have its ebbs and flows. Period. Your business has cycles. Learn the cycles of your business. Period. So in the counseling world, a lot of people go on vacation in the summertime and they are not trying to do their self-efficacy, self-actualization work. They want to be on the beach somewhere, me included. So in the summertime, a lot of therapists see their practices dip. And so learn the basic cycles of your business. Learn the basic cycles of your business. Please, if you don't know, talk to somebody else in the field who's been older than you, who's been there, done that, and they can probably tell you that, you know, these are going to be your low months. And this is probably why. Studying your own numbers to know, because every field will have, like, every business may have a little bit different swing. Just like the ebbs and flows of the industry, but every business may have a couple of different swings in it. And so sex therapy, a lot of our clients, because they ain't having sex, they don't have any kids. So they're 2-income households. They have a lot of extra money to go on vacation. And so they usually go on vacation in December and January, which I didn't know people went on vacation in January until I started working. And then in the summer months, June and July. So those are our two low things. My friend Orlease, her practice caters to kids. And so kids go out for the summer, but kids also do a lot of summer camps. So because she pivoted her business to be able to host a lot of summer camps in the business, summer is actually one of her busiest times, where it's not one of my busiest times. And that's just the difference between our two practices. So learn the cycles of your business, first of all. Second of all, know that a business is going to have its ebbs and flows. Mm-hmm. If you are a person who needs stability and you need the same paycheck at the same time in the same account every week, then being in business for yourself may not be for you.
Yeah.
It may not be for you. And you got to have a come to Jesus meeting with yourself. Or you may need to do a hybrid where you have a 9-to-5, like a good standard government job, like 9-to-5, Monday through Friday. And then you got a side hustle, which is really going to fund your fund. Mm-hmm. And so you have to know that. And so once you have those two kind of fundamental understandings of what my cycle is and that businesses, period, ebb and flow. Mm-hmm. And then I think the next thing you have to know is, I won't say you have to know, but I think,
You said the numbers.
Yeah, know your numbers. Mm-hmm. Know your own thing. And I think the other thing you got to have is a support system.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think you got to be able to call somebody on the phone and be like, girl, I fucked up. Or girl, my numbers are off. Or girl, da 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 da. Yeah. For them to be able to say, okay, what we gonna do? All right. What was the projection? How did we, you got to be able to go into problem solving mode and have that person who I think will not judge you and sit there with you in it for a moment, but also that's going to help you move to problem solving mode. Like that, like you want them to understand, like, girl, I know it was a hard week for me too. Okay, what we gonna do?
I love that. I just came up with something. With that. So having your problem solving support system, your PSS.
Oh, girl.
That right.
Yeah.
I'll talk more about that offline. That's going to be important.
Mm-hmm. Definitely so.
Those are certain people.
Yeah.
That's not just anybody. That ain't just feel good girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's the one, like you said. It's okay. So what then? So what's next? That's me. That's the type of phone call you're gonna get from me. Like, okay, that's cool. Where we at? What we doing? What we need to do?
But and I think that's the other part of it. Then be willing to move into action.
Mm-hmm.
So what we gonna do? Like, but what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna do it because we understand that there is an ebb and flow. We understand that business is sowing and reaping. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do I need to do to now get more clients?
Yeah.
What do I need to make these numbers different? What do I need to do with this? And you don't necessarily have to spend more money to do that.
Yeah.
And so you may need to sit down and say, okay, now how do I do this without spending more money?
Yeah. Well, because you already have invested. You're sitting on it. You're sitting on the answer.
Right.
We a lot of times think that's that lack mindset.
Mm-hmm.
When you got to go back. I've already made these investments, marketing, mindset, systems. You've already done it. You've done it.
Mm-hmm.
And why am I going out looking for more? Nope. Go back and take a look at what you've already done with new eyes, and new energy.
Say that again, because I don't know if we do that enough. But back in the day when I sold Mary Kay for the 2 seconds that I sold it, like a lot of entrepreneurs do, right? To make up people good, they get us first.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember in one of the kind of Mary Kay classes, courses, or something, that she said, "You haven't read a book until you done read it 10 times."
Mm-hmm. Like, it's true. Ooh. It's true.
Ooh.
It's true.
Ooh. Really?
I have a coaching program. My girlfriend Stephanie, for school. Every program, she's like, I need you. And a lot of them are kind of long. A lot of them are very long. But she's like, I need you to go through each module 3 times. And then I need you to go over it again 3 times and again 3 times. So that sounds crazy.
But it's like get it in your bones. Like you want to really get it and understand it in your bones. And I think that's really needed sometimes.
Yeah. It's the immersion. The immersion is everything. Everything.
Until you really know and you got it. And I gotta say, until you are producing and then can teach it to somebody else and they can produce, you ain't got it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Until you are producing and can teach someone else to produce, you ain't got it.
And they can produce. Then you know you have it. And just doing that. And like we have, I mean, when I go back and look at all the books that I have on my Audible account, because I love my Audible. I need to be partnered with them because I love my Audible.
Me too.
I need to own stock at Audible as much as I be buying for them. But if I go back and look at all those books and just re-listen to all of those books I have, which I'm like is well over 200. With that, like there's no need to get new information. Like it's there. It's just reminding me of what I already know. And I think that's the thing we forget sometimes is sometimes we don't know what we know. Like, have you ever had a conversation of somebody ask you something and you give them an answer? You're like, man, I didn't know I knew that. Like, I didn't know that information was up there. And so I think sometimes going back and rereading, going through those programs again, which we probably all still have on our hard drives or jump drives or somewhere in the cloud. So going back through old programs and doing what you gotta do with that. And if I was gonna add anything else, if your business doesn't have a savings account, I want you to purpose to get a savings account for your business. If your business doesn't have any investments, after you get your savings account, I want you to purpose to get some investments for your business because that's going to keep you more stable. And so even if the savings account runs out before your slump runs out, you would still probably made it at least halfway through a slump, you know, or before you even had to start sweating. And so make sure that your business is saving something, you know, even if it's just at the beginning, let's see, 10%, 5%, $50, $10, but you need to be saving for your business because a business is going to have ebbs and flows. So when you have that big day where the money is all coming in, great. And I know some of us will start spending it, especially those of us who love information products. Oh, now I can buy this course and I can do this and I can do this and do this. Before you do that, I want you to put some money in savings. I really, really do. And understanding that it is paramount that your business has a savings account so that you can make it through the ebbs and the flows. So when we flowing really good, we just got to make sure something gets in the savings. So
good.
Okay. All right. What else? I feel like you was working and coming up with some brilliant stuff just now.
I was. So over this week, we were talking about, money mindset. And one revelation that I had was, we love the book, The Game of Life and how to play it. And something that came up for me, Natalie, was, and I want you all who are listening, I want you to tap into this. And I want you to really just, in this moment, just take a deep breath and just think this through because it's going to sound different, but I think it'll hit you right where you need to hear. Okay, so for me personally, I realized that I don't want to stress. I will not stress about money anymore. Okay. And I want, life is a game. Okay. So we need to learn how to play the game of life. All right. I decided that, I want my money to be a game. And I know we've been programmed that money ain't no game. Money ain't nothing to play with. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Not money. So, you don't be playing and wasting no money. So I'm tired of that. Money for me is going to have to be a game. Okay. And I want it to be laughable. I want it to be fun. I want making money to be fun, exciting. I want to, have a group of women that, we have, just friendly competition. And how much did you make this week? How much you make today? Did you hit that goal? Okay, cool. So whoever hit that goal, the other got to take them to dinner. Or whoever hit the goal, the others got to cook dinner. You know. But I think it'll be something that will make us, how we say we got to pay attention to the numbers. And I know a lot of us entrepreneurs, we say it, but we don't really lock in on those numbers like we should. We don't look at our bank accounts every day like we should. We just, money is a loop to us. We know we're making it, but it comes in and goes out so fast. It's like, just forget it, but just a game that will make you pay attention and make it feel good. I made this today. Wow. Instead of, man, all I made was this, Changing the mindset around it, like being proud. Okay. So one client came in this week. All right. So this client is equivalent to what? Long term. So if I keep this client long term, this is the value of this long term client. If I play games with this client and don't keep this client, this is how long this client is going to stay with me, and this is how short the money is going to be with the client.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Two things you're saying, and I want to break down. First of all, you're talking about, I think her name is Florence Scovel, the name of the book. I want everybody to get that. So
The Game of Life and How to Play It.
The Game of Life and How to Play It. I feel like Florence something Scovel.
I feel like it too, but I can't remember.
Okay. We're going to get that. We're going to get the name of that book for you guys. Because we got to make sure. I want you guys to be on the same page with us. I want you to know what we know. I hate when people keep information from other people. That just drives me crazy. So I want you guys to know what we know and have access to what we have. So we'll definitely get that. The other thing is, you just said lifetime value of the client, lifetime value of the customer. And so I want to make sure people understand that concept, because that's the concept you'll need. And so what you want to figure out with each of your clients, and it's going to be an average, is what is going to be the lifetime value of that client, because that's how you figure out are you making money on your marketing or losing money on your marketing. Okay. So let's say if I have a client who comes into a counseling practice, my counseling practice with me, and I'm just going to make up some numbers so you guys can understand this concept. All right. So if I get the client in my practice, according to my actual numbers, not what I think, but my actual numbers, I know that I'll probably keep the client an average of 6 sessions. Okay. All right. So if that client's going to pay me $100 a session, I know the lifetime value I'm going to get off that client is probably $600. All right. Now, in my marketing, how much did it cost me to get that client? Now, if it came through social media, that was free, then I didn't pay anything. It just cost me time. And you may want to figure out how much time you're spending to do that. If you did something like you paid for AdWords or something, then you want to figure out, okay, how much money did I spend to get this client? So if I spent, I'm just going to name some numbers, $100 on AdWords, and these AdWords yielded me one client, but this one client yields me $600. That's a worthwhile investment. That's worth it. And so I want you guys looking at all of your marketing. And so like for therapists, we used a directory sometimes called Psychology Today. Psychology Today is $30 a month about. I think it's $30 a month still. And so if I get one client per month and the lifetime value of that client for me is $600, then that's worth it for me to keep my Psychology Today. I'm spending $30, I'm making $600. Like that's a win-win all day long. And so once you guys know the lifetime value of your client, and then for stylists, it may be even longer, because you guys really can keep your clients for the whole entire lifespan.
For sure, if you take good care of them.
If you take good care of them.
And things happen, people move away, people decide to go in different directions, but literally, I got clients that have been with me for 30 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, one of my stylists that did this, we've been together about 25 years, on and off. And so, and I can name every shop she's been to and why she's been I remember when because we figured out hit between 20+ years, because I remember when she was trying to go on maternity leave for her last baby. Okay, her last baby is like 23 now. And so, right. But I mean, I remember she was like, all right, I got to get everybody. This is back in the day of the perm. So everybody with y'all relaxers, y'all need to get in this window. So then she could be off for the 2 months she needed to get back to do all of our, it's just, and so you really can have clients for the lifetime. And so, but you want to know the value. So just kind of sit down and think, the value, or just kind of look at your books and say, how long do I keep my clients? Like, about how much money do I make off a client per year? And then how much money do I want them to spend with me? How much are they spending with me? How much are they making off? But I know that concept, lifetime value of the client, was a new concept for me. I didn't have that in the insurance industry. We didn't talk about numbers like that. It's only since I've become working for myself in counseling that we've been able to identify that, because people will be like, oh, my marketing ain't working. It's working. Well, yeah.
A lot of it is very much mismanagement of that money. A lot of it is, and I'm not going to speak for anyone else. I know my industry mishandles money because there's so much cash.
Oh, therapists are horrible too, because it can be a lot of cash, and then sometimes it's cash in and insurance, or payments, and then we're horrible at money. And so a lot of therapists, we came up with our teachers, with people, with even ourselves, saying, oh, I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for the money. And so then we do crazy shit. Like, we forget to collect money from people. We slow about collecting money from people. Oh, we tell clients, don't worry about it because it don't feel like I work today. Okay, you still got an office to pay for it. And I think I haven't done that for about 2 years. But it has been pervasive, that, and still some days, maybe if I feel like I have too good a time with my client, that like it didn't feel like I did any work, that it felt like more like a chit chat session, that I'll have to say, they still paying for your time, they still paying for the space. This building got to be paid for, whether you feel like you use your degree or not. Like, these are things that they're paying for. And I think after you've been doing something a while, it should feel really easy and effortless to you.
It should feel that way. Absolutely.
And so, then that goes to against the mindset. I only really feel like I should get paid if I'm working hard.
Right.
If I'm working easy, you should pay me for it because it was too easy for me. But it should be easy after you've reached a level of mastery. And so see all the stuff we be doing money in our heads, like just the most.
And you should be charging more because it's easy, because that means I can get you, I can process you through this quicker and easier, more swiftly, and you don't have to,
and you can, and so you can. It was funny because I was on the phone with one of my supervisors today. She was like, you called it. I was like, because I've been doing this a minute now.
I'm good, baby. I'm good at this
like,
right here.
And I gotta say, I don't know if it's even at like being good at it, but you cannot do something for 15 years and not like learn. Like, you can't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just the fact that you've been doing it for 15 years gives you a level of like knowledge and understanding and information that you have. Like, experience is one of the best teachers with that. So, okay, winding down, what do you want people to take away from tonight?
Okay, so I want to speak to, so we talked about, the ebbs and flows. We talked about knowing your numbers. We talked about, stability and entrepreneurship. Is that for you? Do you need more stability? We talked about problem solving, support system. Huge. Wow. Huge. We're going in on that right there. I'm excited about that topic.
Right.
Being willing to move into action, fast action, and immersing yourself into the work, until you produce and teach someone else to produce it effectively, you don't have it. I think I said that right. Correct me if I didn't. But one thing I wanted to touch on really fast is a lot of people are afraid of numbers because they don't really have a system. It's a few things that I want to share that are for certain going to get you to your numbers, Natalie, and keep you on your numbers. And so I'm going to say this, but this is a topic for a whole other session.
Okay.
But I really want the audience to hear this and just begin to process this. Okay, you have to have, an irresistible product service offer. Okay. It's a must. Okay. Yeah. And you have to have your lead generation. And you want to tell them what lead generation is?
Yes. And so a lead generation is going to be some type of like taste tester. So that could be your social media. It could be like an email, a report, or ebook, or something like that, where they get information from you in exchange for either their phone number, their email address, or some type of way that you can now keep in contact with them. Because now you know that this person is interested in this topic and what you're talking about, which probably means they're going to need help with that topic. And then hopefully down the line, you will be able to nurture that lead and then turn that lead, what do I not call it? Those C words, convert that lead into a paying client, a paying customer.
Yeah. So that lead gen needs to be good. It needs to be good information, that it's nothing for you to give away, but it's still very valuable to that person. Okay, so, and you have to have a marketing strategy.
You do.
Okay, that tends to scare people.
Yeah.
And that's because we don't know marketing. A lot of people didn't go study marketing, and it's changed as well. So when it comes to marketing, you need 2 good strategies.
That's right. It doesn't have to be all of that. 2 good strategies will do.
Just 2 good strategies. So one might be your email, emailing the audience that you already have, right? And collecting more emails with the lead generation. Okay. That's one marketing strategy. And your social media could be your other marketing strategy. It's that simple. What you need to identify, what is my marketing strategy? And when you identify it, then you can begin to use it consistently and have fun using it.
Yes. And I want to talk a little bit about numbers real quick, because I think people feel like I'm supposed to all of a sudden have 10,000 followers.
Right.
Don't worry about that. I need you to worry about getting 1 follower. And then getting that 1 follower, or giving them so much good information or something that they've got to tell their friend about it, and that friend becomes 2.
Exactly.
And then them 2 being so excited that they've got to tell 2 more, and now you got 4.
Yeah.
And then those 4 being so excited about what you're selling, what you're telling, the help that you've given them, that they tell their 4 friends. Now you got 8.
Yeah.
And then it keeps going.
Yeah.
And then when we're talking about, especially in the area of coaching, and so you don't have to have 10,000 people to make money in coaching. You can have 100 people, but if you can convert 50 of those, 50%, if you can convert 30% of those into a program, baby, you got enough for a 6-figure business right there.
Exactly.
That's it. It doesn't, because I think people, because I've had a couple of people do events, and they're like, oh, only 7 people showed up for my event. Excellent job for the first time.
Exactly.
Okay, good, baby. Now what do we need to do to turn that 7 into 14? Exactly. That's all we're trying to do. Each one of them people, how do we get them back? And how do we get them to bring a friend? Because if we could turn 7 into 14, we could turn 14 into 28.
Okay. And let's go back a bit. Okay, if you got 7 people in the room, why you can't close 7 of them? Why you can't close 5 of them?
Girl, preach that.
Because if you got 7 people in the room, you can sit down and hold their hands, baby, and get up close and personal and sell the hell out of whatever it is you got. Right? And that's where you come into that sales strategy. You know, like you get to authentically, in the realest, rawest way, sell your product to your people.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Up close and personal. So that's 7 people, that should be sold easy.
That's true. She's right. Yeah, she's right. She's right. She's talking about facts. Facts. Period. Yeah.
And so I did a session with the ladies in the retreat, and I was telling them, like, show up, stun them, and sell them. Period. Mm-hmm. You know, so important that's why your branding is everything. You have to show up, you have to captivate your audience, you have to stun them, and then you have to sell them. The selling part should be the easiest part. You shouldn't even have to sell. They should be coming up trying to figure out how do I sign up? Yeah. Tell me, what do I need to pay?
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, they should.
That's how good it should be. And then from there, Natalie, what is your retention strategy?
Yes. I think I learned that from Russell Brunson. That I love that man. I should go to one of his courses, but because I feel like I've gotten so much from him just from his books or something. But basically, he was saying there should always be the next level for your people.
Yep.
And then I was working with another lady. Y'all may have heard her. Her name is Wendy Y. And I know I did a whole day with her. And basically, she was saying is you don't have to know what the next step is. Your people will tell you what the next step is. So when you walk them through your signature program and product, then you know, kind of like more money, but problems. Then what's the next level that they're saying that they need help with? And then you supply that. And then what's the next level they need help? And you supply them with that. And you just keep going. And so you want to be kind of constantly kind of polling your people. What are you struggling with? What do you need help with? What, you know, and then supplying that need.
Yeah, that's the answer. And, you know, that is the answer to running a successful business. I'll be transparent. I didn't know. I didn't get it. You know, so now I got it when it came to, you know, the salon. I know how to keep my people up. Just take care of them. Let them know you care. Show them that you care. Be there for them. Show up for them, right? But when it came to that whole coaching thing, now I know, you know, how to care and all that, but that retention, as far as, you know, what's next, I just didn't quite understand it. No, they're telling you what's next. They're telling you what they need. And, but that was kind of foreign to me. I didn't quite get it, but I get it now. It took me some time to transfer the skills, you know what I mean? Transfer the skills from this place to this place. So, yeah,
definitely so. So, everything we said tonight was so good. All right, closing thoughts. What do you want?
Create your systems and show up for yourself. You know, like really, really, and like you said, I'm really going to stick with, you know, it's going to be ebbs and flows, you know, and understand that and flow with your business. If you love it, if this is what you want to do, where you want to be, you got to understand them cycles.
Flow with your business. I think my ending thought is, like, as you kind of read back what we talked about, I want people to know, probably between just this conversation right here and the concepts that we've talked about in this conversation right here, I've probably paid several different programs of what we just gave out in this hour. So I'm going to say if you execute on everything we told you in this hour, or just get the information that we've given to you, it hadn't even been a whole hour, and you can execute on this, you were probably saving yourself, what, $3,000? I would
say. Guaranteed.
Yeah, with that, because we've done it, right? We've paid for the programs and paid for the programs and paid for the other program, just to realize, okay, we know this information now. Then we got to execute. And so we are giving you guys good information. That's what I want you to take away from. Like, we have given you good information in this call tonight, and so you're not alone. You don't have to be alone. And so if you want help, if you want support, Cherise, are you taking on coaching clients right now?
Yeah, I am. I'm really focused on my beauty pros right now. So not to say I'm not taking anyone else, but very focused in on my beauty pros. But if you have any questions, no matter what industry you're in, feel free to reach out. No problem at all. But and then I can direct you, because I work with other coaches, in different industries. I might be coming back to that. So,
right. So I am taking on coaching clients right now. So if you just want to go to schedulewithnatalie.com and find that coaching consultation, a business consultation, then feel free to book that, and we'll do a consultation and go from there to see if I can support you. But usually when people call me, we're usually able to get to solutions really quickly. Because I gotta say, the biggest thing, and me included, business, a lot of business owners, is we can't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
And so just having somebody say, well, why don't you do this? Or have you thought about this? Or, what's keeping you from implementing this? Or, hey, did you realize you're leaving this money on the table right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then you go and execute and you get it done. And so it'll be well worth your time. All right, fabulous people. We love y'all. Y'all have a fabulous night. Good night.
Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Audio Jungle.